their energy.
I love it. And I'm Dapper D. Welcome to Yo Hump Day. We're going to help y'all get through this one today.
Hump Day!
Man, we got some stuff. We're going to talk current events. We're going to talk news. We're going to talk entertainment. Yeah, we might have to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. You know, it's coming.
Yo, that is coming.
Yeah. There's going to be some things, some parties and stuff going on.
I'm ready for Hustler.
I'm curious. Did anybody try to get you over? Is that even still a thing? Like after COVID, do big Super Bowl parties still happen? Anybody trying to get you to come through?
Yes and no, kind of.
I feel like a lot of stuff is changing. I was wondering if that's one, because I haven't been to one since COVID.
As a comic, my friends, a lot of them don't watch sports. Now, I do have some that do, but a lot of them, like, dude, we take gigs during the Super Bowl. I've done that plenty of times without even knowing it was the Super Bowl. I'm not even playing. Dude, I did a show at 3 p.m. on Super Bowl Sunday. I am in another city. I'm not even joking.
Okay, so you know what though? Yeah, there may be people that they're not sports fans and they just want some normalcy because it gets crazy this week. The Super Bowl week, you got the media days all leading up to it, and I guess people are kind of burned out at some point, and they probably still gonna watch the game after your show. Yep. But this year starts early though. It starts like 5:30.
Oh wow, it's a daytime one.
Yeah, dude, there's some day drinking.
Yeah,
but. Would you go then if someone offered you a chance? Because it sounds like you're not. That's not the number one thing leading for you. But would you go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Now why?
Because I want to hang out, and honestly, as a comic and just as a person, you have to have some kind of balance and some semblance of normalcy. And for me, I would go hang out and watch wrestling with friends. I don't even watch wrestling, but they're like, "Hey, yo, you should come hang out." And if I look at my schedule, if it's open, I'm there.
Oh, so you're communal.
I'm communal when I can be.
That.
When I can be and when I want to be. When I don't want to be, I'm like, hey, see the way my shoes are set up, they're off my feet right now. The way these pants are set up, I don't have pants. I can't. And there's some days where if I get home, I'm not coming back out.
Oh, hey.
I got every excuse in the world.
I know that has changed.
Yeah.
I remember growing up, sometimes, you go over to people's houses. I don't think that happens a lot anymore. I feel like no one comes over. My neighbor came over to sell some Girl Scout cookies. I'm looking through the door like, what? I mean, I know who she is. Am I opening this door?
Have you answered the door through the door before? I've done that a few times where somebody will come and I won't open the door. I'll just talk to them through the door and I'm like, oh no, I'm good. And I've learned to like read people's shirts. And so whatever they're trying to sell, or I'll look at their clipboard through the peephole. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, we got Spectrum.
Oh, I'm a door latch kid
I like that.
And for us growing up, when your parents weren't home because they was working, you weren't supposed to open the door.
Don't do that.
So when they come by, Simply Courtney come by and say, well, what's your name, Mr. Court? Yeah, so Mr. Simply, Mr. Courtney. No, Mama, she's in the back, but she don't want to. No, she's not coming up right now. You can't tell them. My dad said, don't tell them you're home by yourself.
Straight up.
And don't open the door.
Don't open the door.
Yeah, I might have had one or two conversations through the door.
I think it's the dopest thing, dude. It's a life hack that I didn't even know you could do.
Yeah.
Now I just don't even be feeling like talking to people. I just be like, hey, Sometimes I change my voice up. And I'm an old woman. Hey, how you doing, baby? No, I'm good.
So you go into the trolling thing. So it's funny because nowadays, I want to say the equivalent of that are the robocalls, the spam calls we get. I get some spam texts too.
You get spam texts?
Man,
I didn't know they could do that.
I be getting girls that be like, hey,
what's up?
Are you Maya? Nah, I'm not Maya. I did get her pregnant though. And then she's like,
there you go.
No, do I have the wrong number? Nah, I mean, I know Maya. And I got her pregnant. Can I get you pregnant too? And then, but they keep texting me.
So you troll back.
Yes, and they actually send me pictures.
So here's where I go with that. I think that's dope. That is amazing. You need to keep that. That's a catharsis right there for you. You're letting it release out. I personally, when I get the calls, I try to do a thing where I record the call in my side and their side.
Yeah.
And I troll them and I play with them and I'll have them try to sign me up for something goofy. The other day they tried to take me on a cruise. They wanted to send me on a cruise. And I said, do y'all have any African countries? Because there's a lot of coastline for that giant continent that's over there. Everybody keeps ignoring. And they got frustrated. And I was like, but there's beaches over there that we need to go check out. You ever heard of the Ivory Coast?
Yeah.
Come on, I want to go there. Y'all don't have a cruise that's going that way? And they got so frustrated they hung up. So my job is to talk to them until they hang up.
You took them off script.
I get them off script pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And if I'm having time today, I'm just like, you know what? Button push.
Yeah.
Oh, you hung up.
So it's funny you say that. So I got this. So I got two homies, right? And we got the obligatory little Facebook Messenger chat. So the three of us, we send memes. You know, we just kind of keep that thing going. One of our homies in that has never, not even once, got the robo text, the fake girlfriend. We call them fake girlfriends. Okay. And he's a little mad about that.
Yeah.
That it has never happened. And it sounds like it's never happened to you, because it happens to me so often. I didn't know.
On my tablet, I get them. I get them on my tablet.
Oh, okay.
Because my tablet has service as well. So I'll get them on there, and I don't talk to anybody except my kids and my mom on my tablet. So if I ever get a text through this thing, this number is not listed anywhere. This is the number that the president would call to let me know that he's serious. If I get a text from the president on my tablet, I'm just like, oh yeah, Tony Stark is on the line.
Wait. If Biden texts you though, right now, Courtney, if Biden, you taking that? Like you all in?
Yes.
Full attention?
Yes.
Courtney.
Anybody that's the president, I'm going to say it, and I want to make it very clear. For me, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's the president, man, there's a chance that I'm about to be up there. I'm about to get elevated.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah, I think you're gonna let it marinate for a second.
No, man, I'm gone.
Make them stew.
Yeah, I mean, I might add some details. But,
okay.
10,000. How about 110,000?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. Ask not what the president could do for you. Just ask in a nice, polite way.
Man, I'm asking what he can do for me. I don't know. I know what did Kennedy say. I think Sharp said it best. That was back then. I ain't back there.
Hey, we gonna get into some stuff today. Simply Courtney's in the building.
Yo.
I'm Dapper D.
Yo.
Hey, you stuck on I-35. Wake up and turn up.
The Morning Grind. Morning Grind. Morning Grind. Morning Grind.
DJ Wiz gave us that mix. Simply Courtney. Why you pull out the cardboard while that mix was going on, man?
Hey, man, that was the jam, dude. I was up there talking about ankle.
Like, people, I wish we had some video. Nah. So, a little bit of the traffic, those who are out there. We got a crash on I-35. The lanes are blocked. That's I-35 southbound at exit 243 Breaker Lane. And we don't have a lot going on today.
That's different than the last time I was here.
I-35 Service Road northbound. That's right after Runberg Lane. That one's a crash. Oh, I spoke too soon. Breaking news, Courtney. Simply Courtney, I need you to understand. If you were out on Ivy Switch Road, that road is closed. You know I'm about to say.
You're lying.
Flooding.
There is no. You're a joke. This is a troll job.
Due to flooding on Ivy Switch Road, both ways from Mule Creek Road to Sandy Pine. Man, yo, it's like.
I was here like 2 years ago and it was flooded. Are you kidding me?
I'm seeing a trend. Every time you show up, you and your utility system hacker dudes, because I got another one over on, you remember, Summit Street?
No way.
They flooded. That's from Sunset Drive to Lee Street. Over on Texas P1C, flooded.
Wait, what?
That's P1C both ways from Alum Creek Road to Park Road 1C. Over on Kovar Road, road closed due to flooding.
That's
what?
wild. That's
CR 382, road closed, flooding. Tynard Road, road blocked, flooding. County Road 123, road blocked, flooding. Mesa Drive, there's an obstruction on the road. Waller Street, obstruction on the road. And I-35 southbound, there's a crash. That's at Old Torf Street. Bruh, is that what y'all do? Like these are the days you and your hacker friends, I'm just going to allege, like you just got this whole network of hacker friends.
Flooding Summit Street.
It's like, yo, while I'm up there, you know it'd be funny if we was on? How about y'all start flooding stuff? Let's do that now. Is this y'all's test run? Like,
maybe so.
Come on.
We flooding the streets, cuz. That's what we doing. We flooding the streets.
Y'all doing too much over there.
That is wild, dude. I was joking about it, and then you just started rattling them off.
I can't believe that. Okay, well, a little bit of the weather then. We're going to have a high of 68, partly cloudy this morning, though. Nice. And then it's going to become cloudy during the afternoon.
Not nice.
And winds will be south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Is that fast or not?
That is fast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fast. And then you have a low, not a big temperature change. We're only going to get down to 58 tonight. It'll be overcast. Mm-hmm. And then the winds are going to still be south to southeast at 10 to 15 mile per hour. So if there's some tumbleweed, it's just going to keep on rolling like the whole day.
You said weed or weaves?
Tumbleweed.
Oh.
But yeah, there could be some weaves tumbling if it ain't tight.
That's what we call it when you see hair on the ground. It's like tumbleweaves. You heard that before, right?
I have never heard that
Dude,
before.
that is a real thing. When you're
I
downtown
like
after a night of extracurricular activity going on, you'll just see tumbleweaves just floating around.
Man, why couldn't you take the high road?
I couldn't because it's 7:53, sir.
And she can't go chasing after it in her heels.
Nope, it's gone.
And maybe inebriation at that time of the morning.
She can't even see it.
So she can't get it.
She barefooted running.
I ain't gonna make it. Somebody help her. she falling over. Yo, I saw something the other day, man. Do you know there's this thing called a double heel? So it's a heel, and then on top of that, there's a heel on top of the heel.
Oh, dude, my brain made me thinking that it was like a heel on both sides of the foot. Oh. So it's two heels on top of each other.
It's like a double decker, like a two-story.
Is the angle still like really crazy too?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I want to know. Okay, 512-836-2887. We'll take it. Shout out to Kamal. Kamal called in.
What up?
And Kamal said, man, we getting political at like 7:54.
Oh, no.
He said, if Symply Courtney got a text from the president, then it's time for you to get rid of your device.
You know what? I think I know what he meant by that.
Okay.
He was trying to say that the president is old. I think that's what he was going for.
Okay.
I'm guessing on this one.
I thought he was with the opposite party.
I think what it was, I think he was trying to say that he's old and that, you know what? No, it's 7:55. I'm not going to do that right now. It's 7:54 technically, but I'm not going to even speculate. I'm going to let the words that he said be the words that he said.
I mean, he did say it.
And I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
I mean, come on. We appreciate it, brother. We kind of know that you have, he's got his political opinion and others have theirs.
You got your opinion.
But yo, I don't know does your grandmama, who in your family that would be of an older age texts you? Because
okay, so my grandpa, R.I.P. to my grandpa, by the way, South Grayson Creighton.
Yeah.
He actually used to text, like he would send random texts, but he used to text like it was like one of the most sporadic things that you'd get, and I'd be like, who did this for you, dog? Like, so.
Isn't it our fault, though? Because they're so random, because they're so all over the place, because they are sending random emojis, isn't that our fault? Shouldn't we, instead of laughing at them, take the time
to take their phone,
to read the rules? Oh, you said take the phone.
Yeah.
Nah, brother, I was saying let's bring them up.
No, take the phone.
Let's help them get better.
Take the phone up, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Even y'all can't see it, but he even picked his hand up. Your body, your physical body told you what you really want to do.
You're right.
Take that phone.
Because it's random.
No punishment right now.
They don't know the rules.
They don't, man.
Man, okay, we're going to go to a sponsor break here, and then we'll be back. You listen to The Morning Grind. We have Symply Courtney in the building.
We're taking your phones.
Get them. Welcome back to The Morning Grind, 88.7 FM. Symply Courtney in the building.
Hey, it's me.
I am Dapper D. You are out on those roads. You have a crash. 2 lanes are blocked due to crash on I-35 southbound at exit 243 Breaker Lane. We have another crash on I-35 northbound. That's after Runberg Lane. And then we're going to have over on Waynesboro Drive. This is a new incident. There's a crash, Waynesboro Drive near Hillcroft Drive. Over on Mesa Drive, there's obstruction on the road. That's Mesa Drive at Spicewood Springs Road. And over on Waller Street, there's obstruction on the road. Waller Street at Garden Street. I-35 southbound at Oltor Street, there's also a crash. A little bit about the weather. We're going to have a high of 68 today, low of 58. It'll be partly cloudy this morning, then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. Wind's going to be south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then tonight, it'll be overcast. Those winds will still be out of the south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Man, Courtney, I'm gonna hit you with something. And I want to get your true opinion here. Let's see what we got. I'm going to work it. I'm going to get a little past. I want to play a game with you, Courtney.
Let's do it.
You and I, we were having a conversation off air, and I want to play something for you. You already know the game, but I'm just going to play this. So in today's game, Symply Courtney, that is loving on me. You and I were saying that sometimes you can't tell a person by their voice.
No.
he don't look like you and I.
No, you don't.
And when you first heard it, did you know that?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I think, what was his first song? What was Jack Harlow's first song that was out? I think it was, whatever it was, his first one. I don't think I recognized it, but the name definitely gave it away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, it was a Concozoid, I think, person. But
Yeah.
his voice doesn't get me. There's another guy who has one. Ooh, you know whose voice got me? Do you know Axon Bronson?
Yes.
So
Yes, I do.
Axon Bronson,
Yo.
sounding like what you call it?
And he's Albanian, but yeah, he sounds like
Ghostface. Ghostface killed it. And
Yeah,
so
it does.
when I first heard Axon Bronson,
Yeah.
let's go a little deeper into this one. You just do your thing. Paul Wall, easy one.
Oh yeah, Paul Wall.
We could talk about that all day.
Okay, we got a caller.
Let's hear it.
Caller. Oh, we lost him. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
They were not a Wu-Tang fan. And so we lost them when we said that this was Ghostface, and he was like, "Man, I won't even rocking with the Wu."
They wasn't rocking with the Wu?
Nah, and he hung up.
Wu's for the kids, though.
They hung
Wu's
up.
for everybody.
Not for that caller.
Not for that caller. Hater. Yeah, I'm joking, caller. You probably aren't a hater. I didn't
That's
mean to
all right.
do
They'll
that.
probably call back. It takes a little while. We got to finish our thoughts when you guys call in.
They called the wrong
randomly.
number.
We don't always have to take the calls like right away. You know, we can push them a little bit later. But yeah, hey, if you want to get on, you gotta have a little patience. Gotta have a
Seriously.
little patience. Get your time in. So 512-836-2887 for those of you who want to call in and be a part of the show. Okay, so Simply Courtney,
Yeah.
I got some things I gotta ask you.
Let's go.
And I need to know for a fact. I'm gonna do a real black fact.
Ooh, I like it. This is what I
Because
came
Black
for.
History Month.
Baby,
But I want to give you this one.
This is what I came here for.
And for this Black History moment, in 1999, James Todd Smith, better known as LL Cool J, became the first black man in horror film history to survive the entire movie.
Bam. And you know what it was? Oh, did it come back?
Ah, they left. Oh, they back. So
Go for it.
What we gonna get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Caller, are you there?
Well, I sure am, Doug. How you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Got Simply Courtney in the building with us.
Doing good, doing great. How are you?
Okay. Praise the Lord. What's your name again?
Simply Courtney.
Okay, Mr. Courtney. I couldn't get that echo on my phone. But yeah, it's a beautiful day, and I just wanted to lay it out there for the American people. Did you see what the appeal court did? The judges did on the immunity of former Trump.
No, what'd they do?
Talk to me.
They denied him that he was not immune to being prosecuted, and they saved democracy. In other words, all three judges, they were on the same panel, and they came to the decision that you would take away the powers of the three branches of government: judicial, legislature, and I can't think of the other one, but you would take away their powers, and they have the executive powers also to make sure that the law be carried, the rule of law be carried out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which state were you referring to?
State, not a state.
No, it's a country.
No. So
Oh.
so Nevada.
I'm saying
Nevada
that-
had an opportunity and they left him off the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
And so Nikki Haley was on by herself and she still didn't win. Because down at the bottom it says
You have a writing thing. Yeah.
none of these candidates, more people selected none of these candidates than her. But yeah, to your
Dang.
point, ma'am, there are some states that are starting to do that. So how does that make you feel when you see that there are states that are following that? Do you think that there will be more states to come?
To keep him off the ballot?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I sure
Yeah.
do, and I hope they succeed with it. But the case that he's going to be charged. He can't get above. He's not above the law.
No.
Next president, so he's going to be going to trial. Now they got to push in these three Supreme Court and was the state Supreme Court justices. Their name one was Judge Florence Pan, Michelle Childs, and Karen LaCraft. They saved democracy. Not only did they save democracy, but the other ladies, other people who have fought Trump in this here. This man think he's above the law. So if they think they can pass it, Trump has the right to submit an appeal, and it goes to the Supreme Court. But if the Supreme Court goes in favor for Trump, because of the three justices, they covered all the tracks.
Hey, but here's the thing, though. There are a lot of people, Simply Courtney,
Okay.
there are a lot of people that do stuff They all think they above the law, right? Anybody
they
that
do.
does anything criminal, I mean, I thought that literally is the definition of doing something wrong. You don't think you're gonna get caught,
Or they ain't even
You
thinking
think
about
you're
it at all.
above. Yeah. So yeah, he's just another one in the line of those that are trying to give it to him. I mean, he's trying to get away.
If it was like you and I, we wouldn't
Talk
implement
about
the we couldn't implement the system. But this is the former president of the United States that's pushing the buttons that he can change the whole government, the people's government, over to an autocrat or dictatorship society.
Right.
Oh, hey, but see, I don't think that will ever happen. Simply Court, you think we could ever go to a dictatorship here in America?
You ready for this? I'm gonna give you a real answer.
Yeah, what's that?
And ma'am, you can hear me too, right?
Keep it real. You got
After the way everything has been in the last few years, anything is possible. We've seen stuff that we never thought we'd see in our days. Our parents and stuff. You always say, "It's the end of days. The last. We never seen this before, but it's going on now." And
no, it's true. Thanks for calling. She's a long time listener, a long time caller. No, to her point, a dictatorship. I think that's going a little too far. We. Just like we had the January 6th insurrection.
Come on now.
I mean,
what did that show you?
This country literally was built on revolution.
Yeah.
Back in Boston,
Talk to me.
them brothers took their product and threw it in the ocean.
To let them know.
It literally was the Tea Party.
The tax. We do not care about this product.
And for this moment in Black history, the very first person that died was a brother, Benjamin Banneker. He said, I'm going to stand out here with my people, and we are going to make sure that we are heard, and y'all can start shooting. Oh, they really are shooting. And but
Bang, bang.
He is the first one that died in the revolution.
My middle name is Benjamin.
Oh, we lost another one.
You ready for this?
What's that?
Simply Courtney. Middle name? Benjamin.
No.
No cap.
Oh,
Real name.
wait. What?
I'm Black History.
Then get out there and start the revolution, brother.
I'm about to throw some tea in Town
Hold
Lake
on,
right now.
Let me take that back. Because again, I think you and your hacker buddies are already trying to start.
We already flooded with Lipton iced tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna just bring that right
We're
on.
pouring brisk tea and all this.
So y'all gonna make some sweet tea?
Pretty much, we're going to pour it out.
Because
They go hard, right?
This is Texas.
They go hard.
Okay, we got a call.
What up,
Caller, are you there?
Hey.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, you saying the thing about LL Cool J in the movie?
Yeah.
You said where was he in the movie?
Well, Simply Courtney was getting ready to tell us. I think he was going to tell us the name of that horror
I was about
movie.
to tell you a whole bunch of stuff about that movie.
But you beat him to it, caller.
go for it.
What you got?
I want to say he was the cook, but then I couldn't.
Hey, he know it.
That was the shark movie.
Deeper, bluer. My heart is like a shark fin. Yes, dude. Yep, you got it right. He was the cook, and he also had a pet parakeet that also survived, by the way.
Caller,
Yeah.
did you laugh when Samuel Jackson died, though?
I mean, when the shark jumped up out of the water and
Yes, dude.
I mean, that's classic Samuel. You look at him in Kong when, he faced, when he looked at Kong and he faced Kong, and Kong just kind of gave him that look like, and just stomped him. That's Samuel is Samuel.
Hey, I appreciate this. He said I could go deep on that black horror. You was ready for it, but we are going to give a real Black history fact a little bit later. But hey, we got to start y'all off with a little bit of humor. So caller, thanks for calling in. Hey, what's your name? Who's calling in today?
I'm just gonna say I'm that Cowboys fan.
I like that. That's a good answer.
Yo, thanks for calling in. Have a good day.
Put it like this: I'm the same one when you let out the thing about the Johnny Jackson thing. Everybody didn't know have a baby about me become a billionaire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the same one. If you remember, I jumped right on it like, oh, that's Johnny Jackson.
Yo, long time listener, long time caller. We appreciate you. Have a good one for the rest of the day. Yo, Courtney.
That was my last thought before I went to sleep. No, 50 Cent has that track.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow, that's like I don't know, like Deja Vu almost or something like that. Cause I was thinking about that song. Cause doesn't Neil sing the hook on that song?
Oh,
maybe not.
I
gotta look that up later.
Who sings the hook?
I gotta look that up.
Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
Hey, we
I
doing
just want to I just want to. I want to say I'm doing good and well. We woke up this morning, so we blessed. So try to be humble and thankful for that.
Yeah.
But also to insinuate on the situation of LL Cool J, he also survived in Halloween Resurrection.
He did. You're so right. He's a 2-time survivor.
Yeah.
Man, thank you.
Yeah.
Look at you with your black heart. Knowledge.
I can't hear you that well. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
There you go.
Can you?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yes, sir. And he survived. He survived both of them movies. You know, which was a proud moment for me and D Blue too when he survived that movie too.
Yeah.
As well. You know, but to me, how I feel about certain things, even with the Woman King movie, which was great and all, but to me, I feel like they could have went a little bit more deeper about certain things in history that we accomplished, like the Kush Empire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe talk about Queen Amaretius, you know what I'm saying, who took on Emperor Augustus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And took on the Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should have went on deeper aspects, but, you know, it's America. I get it. And anything intertwined with us, they always have to insinuate slavery. You know what I mean? Which I feel like just only a part of our history on who we are as people, but it's not the full story of us. You know what I mean? So, and then I think we need to have more influence in the schools when it comes to Black History Month. More so on more people like Mansa Musa and Queen Amaretius.
Yeah, all right.
You know, the Zimbabwe Empire. And different things than the typical, you know, Martin Luther King and this, that, you know.
Yeah.
Which I feel we should have a Malcolm X Day too as well, you know, which we don't be pushing through as well either, which I think.
Well, it's only 2024. We ain't even doing this Black History Month for 100 years. And that's a good segue into, we're going to get into the next Black Fact. So thanks for coming on the call with us today.
Thank you.
Hey, Courtney.
Yo.
Today's Black History Fact. Negro History Week, originated by Carter G. Woodson, is observed for the first time February 7th, 1926.
Nice.
So it's not even 100 years old.
Not
it's
even
98. And even at that time, well, it wasn't called Black History Month then. As I said, Negro History Week. Did you know it wasn't that we were trying to be, that we were slighted for it to be in February since it's a short month.
Short month.
What had happened was when they brought this about, President Lincoln and Frederick Douglass are born in February.
Okay.
And that's why February was the chosen month, because it was already a celebration about those two.
Right.
And that's how it came about.
Because of what they did.
Yep. And since they were both born in February, sounds like that's the month. Then the two dudes that's about it for the cause, we gonna that's their month. And that's how February came about. But it did start with only a week. And 1926 was the very first time. Hey, the caller came up with something that I was going to ask, which is, I was saying, you know, we could segue into the Negro History Week fact. Who is the person, when you think of Black history, 512-836-2887, that brother was on to something, and I really wanted to know. Call in and tell us who your person is. And yes, we taking MLK off, and we want to see you go down your list. So, Courtney.
Yeah.
Simply Courtney in the building with us today. We're gonna put him on a hot spot.
Put me on a hot seat.
Who is the person, when you see Black History Month, who do you want to celebrate?
Who do I want to celebrate?
Yeah, with MLK off the table for those who are gonna be calling in.
I think there's a guy. Okay, you're gonna help me with the name. So Martin, the TV show Martin, the guy that played the station owner, Stan. He was like the first cast member of Saturday Night Live.
Garrett Morris.
Garrett Morris. That's what I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate Garrett Morris because for me, I think about this all the time. We celebrate people that have passed on that can't really hear our voices.
Yes, sir.
We hope they can see us. We hope they can spectate on us and all that. Let's celebrate the people that are here, that are actually, that have created history and have like accomplished things. So Garrett Morris, I think, is somebody I think we should be celebrating. I don't know the outs and ins of it. I hate the way this world works where people immediately start pulling negatives from people's past and all that.
Yeah.
I'm going off his body of work, what he's done on the screen. I don't know anything about no personal stuff.
Yeah.
So before somebody tries to run in with some whatever, I'm talking about the body of work, what he's done.
So I'm going to my person when I think of. I'm going to take this one off the board before anyone else gets a chance.
Let's go.
Dr. Peanut.
Okay.
Do you remember that? Dr. Peanut, when I say that. And we just mentioned him.
Yeah.
Carter G. Woodson. And
Okay.
he's also the creator of Black History Month, again, as it's called now. But Carter G. Woodson.
Okay.
I mean, how many things did he invent from the peanut?
So that's Carter G. Woodson. I don't know why.
That's him.
I thought it was somebody else that was in all of that.
No. So he was a humble agriculturist. Sorry, George Washington Carver.
That's what I was saying.
meant.
Yeah,
That's what
I was
meant.
so confused
I
just
got
now.
distracted.
Hey.
George Washington Carver is my guy.
It's 8:18, and my brain was like, "Yo, that's wrong," but I don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. We already got someone calling in, but hey,
Correct.
I already fixed it. But yeah, George Washington. And how do I forget it? My last name is Washington. How could I forget?
And I used to study at the Carver Branch
But
Library.
he's the guy. Caller, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was the other caller. But I was gonna say Dr. Runoko Rashidi. That's what I was gonna say.
Ooh, Dr.
That needs to
Rashidi.
be celebrated.
Yes.
Okay, so for those who don't know, drop something. What would
Dr.
the good doctor be known for?
He was known for discovering with his predecessor the Olmec heads in America. He took people on tours to Kemet and Kush, and he actually explained and was one of the first pioneers to really deep dive into the Olmec civilization and how we have a whole culture that's right in our backyard in Mexico that we have a strong connection with.
Yep.
As far as coming here in the Americas pre-Columbus times.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
This man was the forefront of this, and trying to get our awareness on how much influence we had in the Asian community, how much how the Caucasians and different people. I'm talking right now. I can't think of the folks' name from Asia to India. You know, from the Saudi people to all over on how much our deep influence we were in the world. Back to Shakespeare, to Othello, to the Moors, to everything in the world back then. You know how much influence we had. But back to what I was saying, this man was the forefront on pushing blacks' awareness on culture and understanding who we are and where we came from. Because I feel like if you don't know who you are and where you came from, and you letting somebody else depict on who you are, you will always be lost.
Yo,
So I think
appreciate that.
He was really pushing first front on that. His name is Dr. Runoko Rashidi.
Yo, dropped it.
I
Yo,
had the
Courtney.
wrong name. I had the wrong name. Go ahead.
Yo, he came in. So for those who don't know, the Olmec. You've seen some Olmec heads and you didn't even realize
Legends
it.
of the Hidden Temple. That's
Olmec,
me.
Aztec, or Mayan, and we're talking about there's some splaining that has to be done.
Come on now.
About people in North America prior to Christopher Columbus and the Olmec civilization. That's some archaeological culture. Somebody got to explain that.
Somebody got some explaining to do.
There's some features.
Yep.
And
Noses.
it goes against
Lips.
what you may have been led to believe.
Got 360 waves on the head.
There's a wave cap.
Wave cap, do-rag with a Nike check on the back end on the
I
side.
mean, there's some things. We talking pre-Columbian civilization of Mesoamerican, 1200, 400 BCE. I mean, and then, yo, how did they do this? Like, how do you carve with the accuracy? How did they do that stuff? I'm always in awe because we think we're so futuristic. We've got all the tools at our disposal. These people were bending rocks and
They had 3D printers back then. That's how they did it. They had the internet. They had electricity. They had cars. They had
10G
Teslas.
Wi-Fi.
They had 10G Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
20G.
Making massive stone complexes, and we got houses that blow over as soon as a strong wind. I mean, what I said,
Tiny house.
10 to 15 miles per hour
No
today.
disrespect to tiny
Somebody
house
house going down.
That's horrible.
Y'all need some Olmecs
15 miles per hour, your house
Oh,
falls.
Max, I just gave a brother an idea. About 5 years from now, somebody gonna get into the house fabrication business, and he's gonna call it Olmec. Just make sure I get some residuals, brother.
That is hilarious.
I done gave you a thought.
Thought.
And then on, like, you know how like some buildings have gargoyles at the top? He gonna put some Olmec heads up there just to put his little.
That'll keep you away. You go to that house thinking you about to start some business or try to solicit, and you see an Olmec head looking down on you. You gonna turn around and leave them alone?
This ain't the one to mess with.
No, I'm gonna talk to you through the door. Matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to you through the Olmec head.
He calling through. He's gonna use the ancients. All right. So here's one of the questions. This came from my cousin. Shout out to Patricia in North Carolina. This is what she asked. She said, when you're talking to someone and they lick their lips, do you feel like they only did it because yours look dry?
Yes. Whenever that happens, anything you do, if you adjust your fly, I think my fly is open.
Yeah.
If you adjust, if you scratch your nose, I think I got a dirty nose. Anything you do, I mimic, and I immediately get insecure, and I'm like, let me find a mirror. And I hate when I don't have a mirror, and somebody does that, I will excuse myself. And when I'm going to the bathroom, I'm not even going to the bathroom. I'm just going to check the very thing they did.
Yeah.
I scratch my nose a lot because I have allergies, and I just scratch my nose. And I'm always worried that people are thinking that I'm trying to signal stuff to them.
Right.
And I'm not doing baseball signals. I have an itchy nose. Yes.
Still second base.
Yeah.
And you got a boogie.
Yeah.
Those are the signals. No, that's a good point. Now she made sure. She said, "Bro, if you're gonna use this content, make sure everybody know I don't have the dry crackety crack lips."
Okay.
But it is a good point, Patricia. What I like is that sometimes there's the nonverbal cue.
Yeah.
To tell you,
Yeah.
hey, just go ahead as I lick my lips and hey, can I get?
We did that in church. As an usher, we did that. We did stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Where you let the pastor know something was going on, because for us as the ushers, we were up there and we were the ones that could stand during church.
Yeah.
During church, normally you're supposed to be sitting down or you're supposed to be at paying attention.
No doubt.
We were able to break the rules. That's why I am who I am now, because I was always breaking rules. The rules didn't apply to me. Matter of fact, I was the one enforcing the rules, and then not even following the rules. Like, hey, y'all can't talk while he up there. But I'm talking to them to let them know that they can't talk while he up there. Loved it. I was doing it as an 8-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, when you was the 8-year-old usher, you had a lot of power.
Dog, you understand how powerful it is to keep an old lady from coming in the church house?
You could tell. Hey, brother, we can't open it. I can't open these doors right now. You got to wait. Hey, that's what you get for being late.
I told a lady, be quiet one time. I almost got beat up.
Oh.
Almost got stole off on the church.
Hey, when you, as the usher, got to walk all the way around to them, and you got to reach in, you take a fan and you reach in. Hey, you have to go. You gotta be quiet.
Straight up.
That's the way. Hey, you gotta take your kid out.
You know when the most dangerous time to be an usher was for me?
What's that?
When somebody caught the spirit.
Oh.
When somebody caught the Holy Ghost. We had like a really athletic lady at our church. And I'm talking about so athletic, she's probably running the 40 in like 4-1.
You gotta let the Lord take her.
Homie, she'd try to take you. She'd swing, and I was like in my sturdy phase. I was husky. Usher. But
okay, that's why they got you.
They was like, hey, go help her. And I'd be like, really? I got to do this right now.
Hey, Simply Courtney, I got to explain something to you. Your job title was usher / bouncer.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Since you were husky.
I'm still in that. I am still in that. You are not.
Yo, I'm sorry to tell you that.
Church bouncer.
I wish they would have let you know at the time. But at least, you know what? It's cathartic now. You know now that was the reason. They needed you.
I cannot wait for somebody to ask me, and I get to throw it. I was
Sister
a church
Jenkins
bouncer.
and them, she said, hey, we're going to have a meeting.
I was a doorman.
From now on, let's go get some big boned ushers, because Sister Mary, when she get to going.
I was a doorman.
And punching and high stepping and Tybo kicking. When the spirit take her, we need somebody that can take her.
Somebody that can take that punch.
What's your double leg takedown must have been pretty nice.
I was a barback for a church.
Yeah.
My brain is just...
Yeah.
Dude, are you...
I mean, think about it. When you came around with the collection plate, I bet yours was always heavier than the other usher.
Yeah, they sent me on the longer route.
Who gonna tell you no? You a big dude.
Yeah, and then I was the one that had to do the most walking. I had to be up because you have to go in the choir and all of that.
You're listening to the Morning Grind, KAZI 88.7 FM. Simply Courtney in the building. I'm Dapper D.
Hump day.
We'll be back.
Hump day.
More to come with the Morning Grind right here on 88.7 FM, KAZI.
Simply Courtney. You sound like you were feeling that. And most important thing is your volume might be a little too loud, Nagavali, on your headphones. That's what that is. So we'll cut that down. So we are going to talk a little bit in station here. Yep, that's better. It's a little too loud there.
Yeah, let me get up and see what I can do.
So
I got you.
The State Theater presents Nagavali, Saturday, February 10th, 2024. Doors open at 7. The show starts at 8 p.m. Nagavali presents First and Foremost, where East meets West, featuring Anastasia Hera, Candace Sanders, Forrest, Indrajit Banerjee, Jessica Forsythe, Kalu James, Nelson Aguilar, Como las Movies, Patrick Vonay, Prom Queen. This sounds like this is going to be a lot of fun. And this is returning to the State Theater after a sold-out show here in 2023. So we have Nagavali in studio with us today. Yay. How are you this morning?
Doing good. Thank you for having me this morning.
So I may have messed up a few of the names, and you make sure you tell them that you tried, and that clearly this gentleman needs to work on cultural pronunciations, and I hope they don't hold that against you. So let's talk about this. So this is a release show for you. Got an album coming up.
I actually released my album at the Stateside Paramount Theatre last year, 2023.
2023, yeah.
Pretty much on the same date, February 11th was the Saturday.
Wow.
So I just wanted to go back and play there, and and kind of really bring my artist friends with me on stage to collaborate, and so that's why this show happened.
So we're saying First and Foremost is where East meets West. I saw some of the names. Who from the East?
Myself.
Okay. Where at? How far east? I'm thinking Boston.
I grew up in Mumbai, India.
Oh, you went farther east.
Yes.
Okay.
Although Austin has been home from a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I came to the country for grad school and kind of went from there.
Yeah.
I've been in Austin, call it home now. But I grew up in Mumbai, learning kind of Indian music, and so I write a style that is a mix of Indian and Western music. I kind of bring East Indian overtones into pop rock. Trance music.
Yeah. So I'm very curious here. When you did come from Mumbai, where'd you come first? You said you grad school. Where
Tallahassee, Florida State.
Oh.
Seminoles now.
Oh.
That's cool.
Hey, y'all had a good year. Y'all won the ACC this year, and unfortunately, quarterback got hurt. You had a chance at a national championship. Sorry about that. I might have brought up some bad vibes there, but that's a good and a bad place to come. Could you imagine coming from another country and you going to Tallahassee, Symply Courtney?
Just Florida in general. That's different.
And then that's up there off of 10, are like our most boring road in all of America.
Yeah.
What were your impressions, Najavali? When you got there?
I mean, I grew up in Mumbai. That's, the closest. What really got me nostalgic about Mumbai was when I went to New York here. So that's the comparison I have. So sometimes I say that going to Tallahassee was like a reverse culture shock.
Okay.
It's a great college town, and it was a good way to ease into moving into another new country.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
great school, of course, Yeah.
I know that there are, when we talk East meets West, like this is a great conversation I always like to get into. A lot of people may not know of some bangers and how there's already been a mesh, and we just have to think about it. So I want you to think of some of the best Eastern music that has come in here to the West and taken over, and I want to offer you something here. This is a banger for me. Man,
I'm learning something today.
Okay, hold on, Courtney.
Yeah, I'm here. I think I already recognize where we're going.
Wait till the beat drop. Here it comes.
And the beat comes. Yeah? No?
No, I think there's another part.
Yeah. But it's
because the
it's
song
building.
that people use to they sample.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
there it is.
yeah.
That was the song. Yeah.
As soon as I picked up the voice, I recognized the sample. Nice.
Yeah, so they sped it up. But
I'm trying to remember.
that's the spark.
What's that? I don't remember the
True
ladies.
Hurts.
There you go. True Hurts. Yes.
So Najavali, did I impress you there? That I could go back to 1981? And I'm
Yes.
familiar.
Yes.
Yeah, I know about
and I'm,
Lata.
Yeah.
I may be pronouncing that wrong. Lata
Mangeshkar.
There it is.
Yeah.
So I wanted people to understand that we've already been doing East
Already been here.
meets West and get them hyped to some of these opportunities with you here. What say you when I wanted to also give you a little time to think it through. Could you think of some other East meets West collabs that have caught on?
I mean, there have been, Ravi Shankar playing sitar, I think, is who initially brought this whole idea of Eastern music and Eastern classical music, Indian classical music into the US. So right from the time of the Beatles, there have been collaborations. The band Shakti, this is more on the instrumental side, instrumental classical, semi-classical side, but the band Shakti just won the Global Music Award at the Grammys the other day.
All right. Congratulations.
And with Zakir Hussain and Shankar Mahadevan and others. So I think that blend has been there. A lot of hip hop has been, especially in Europe and UK, has been mixed with Bhangra and other styles of Indian music.
Yeah. I got
there you go.
Symply Courtney. I know you got this one.
This one just came up recently. I'm trying to. Sorry, this is a question, and then maybe you guys can help me with this or not. Supposedly, the guy was not saying anything in the song; that he was just saying like it was just a bunch of nonsense or something like that. And maybe there's a few songs that have happened. Timberland has a few beats like that.
Yeah.
And that people were like either translating, they're saying he's just up there spouting gibberish or whatever it was. And so I just love it because none of us knew. We
know.
with this.
We don't know. We like
Punjabi
the beat.
MC, I think. Yeah.
And I love Nagavali. I like that when this happens, when this merge happens, like you said when you first started Symply Courtney, when I first started playing Lata, you said, I'm about to learn something today. And I think that's what it is. And Najavali, I think that's where you're going. Your aim is to enlighten people about where there could be some merging, some new paths together.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely not how I started off. I think when I was writing, I started writing my own songs, and that happened here in Austin. I just was naturally writing a blend of styles where it was naturally I was writing in English, but the melodies that I was writing was kind of had the vocal stylings of Indian music as well. So I just made a conscious decision not to kind of resist that, because initially I was like, I'm writing in English, I gotta sound all popish or American or Western, and so I just made a conscious decision that that's not what I was about, so I should just stay true to what naturally comes to me.
How long did that process take for you to go from? Go ahead.
So go from.
I was gonna say, how long did that process take for you to go from what you wanted to try to do to switching to what actually speaks to you and what you actually want to do?
It was literally from the get-go. That's how I was writing.
Okay.
So. And I used to play my music to one of the jazz teachers, Susie Stern, here in town, and she kind of encouraged me to kind of stay true to how I want to write my music, so I never quite deviated from that. I've went right in, and so I write in English, but I bring a lot of vocal or just melodic stylings from the culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Thank you.
Indian music struck a chord at the 2024 Grammy Awards, as you said. There were 5 Indian musicians, including tabla maestro Zakir Hussain.
That's from the Shakti and
flautist Rakesh Chaurasia.
Rakesh Chaurasia.
Picking up trophies at the ceremony. Hussain was India's big winner with 3 Grammys.
Nice.
And Rakesh Chaurasia picked up 2.
Not bad at all.
I think in 2024, I think that is, Nagavali, that's something to celebrate. I think to celebrate the fact that we are getting diversity in the awards, and I'm very impressed by that. So Nagavali, when you're talking about bringing all of your friends, could you tell us a little bit about some of the people that are on the docket that you're featuring?
We talked about who's from the East. I also have Pandit Indrajit Banerjee, a master just a sitar player, also plays with the band Atash here in town.
Okay.
Faris is a young Pakistani American hip hop artist. He will be opening the show.
Nice.
I met him just a couple of months back, actually through some of the advocacy work that I'm involved in, which is around bringing promoting rather more diversity in Austin music, more diverse genres in Austin music. Of course, the heavy hitters, as you know, there on the bill: Anastasia Hara, Patricia Vaughan, Tamara Williams. It's just amazing. Kalu James, just amazing folks, and it's just an incredible honor for me that I have these artists coming and joining me on stage. A lot of them are kind of presenting, their take on the music that I've written over the years. Right. So we are collaborating that way. So I can't wait.
I recognize quite a few of those names. That's cool. That's dope.
Yeah, and the Quentin Arispe. I hope I'm sure I'm missing Prom Queen.
Yeah.
Vietnamese American artist who writes again another Eastern artist, but from a Vietnamese background, who also writes hip hop. And has been doing really well. I think she's just releasing a single in 2 days.
Yeah. So Nagavali presents first and foremost where East meets West, featuring Anastasia Hara, Candace Sanders, Faris, Indrajit Banerjee, Jessica Forsyth, Kalu James, Nelson Aguilar, Como Las Movies, Patricia Vaughan, Prom Queen, Quentin Arispe, and Tomar Williams.
Tomar Williams, yes.
I'm telling you.
Just my brother, yeah.
This sounds like this is going to be amazing. And then I like that you were able to tell us a little bit about the background / ethnicities of those that are going to be involved, just so we can just see, it is pretty diverse. I got playing in the background. This is Zakir Hussain and Rakesh Chaurasia. Now, this was in 2015 at the Crossroads Festival. But the flautist gained a little momentum here in the last 6-7 months because Andre 3000 came out
with the flute.
And he's a flautist.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm very curious as we let this ride for a little bit. What did you think when Andre 3000 came out and he came out with that as a flautist?
I wasn't giving up.
I mean, it was a shock.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good for him because he said, "I'm not in a space to rap right now."
No.
Is it okay for us to allow someone to breathe? To stretch their legs?
I think this is really close to what happened when people got older, as far as the first time we had a Jay-Z or so forth hit 40, and everybody used to say, you can't rap after a certain, it's a young person's thing. Well, we're learning now, not only can you do something different, but you can continue to evolve later on in life. And I think that's what Andre 3000 showed us an example of, was evolving as an adult, which a lot of us don't talk about in the media. Everybody tries to show up and be the same thing over and over and time again. So I think it was cool to see him evolve and then be allowed to do such,
Yeah, I mean, I did, of course, once there was a buzz was there, I read up and caught up on what was going on. But yeah, I've never been quite very genre-centered around my own music. And if you see the artists that I'm bringing in, I mean,
all
like
different.
Jessica, Comala's movies, Nelson Aguilar, that's Latin. Jessica does a completely different style. I have hip-hop guys on there. So I think the beauty, and especially as Austin grows into this international city more and more, that is, it's the beauty is in the melting pot and what we can create out of it.
Yeah. So I got another Zakir Hussain, Bella Fleck, Edgar Meyer, featuring Rakesh Charasia right now. For those who don't know, as I bring this from YouTube, in this collabo that's playing right now, they have someone on a banjo. They have someone on a bass, a stand-up bass. You hear the flautist and then you hear the drums. What a mix! If you told me that's East meets West, a banjo. I like it.
That's aesthetically pleasing to the ears.
It is.
In a sense, it's just if I went in somewhere and that was playing in the background, I think I'd be at peace and I'd be able to work with music like this. I'm a person that's it's hard for me to get comfortable in a space to work in until I am.
Yeah.
Then I'm good, but that would be something I think I could put on that could instantly put me in a state of relax or, focus, I think. I like that.
Yeah.
And Nagavali, you said that at this show you're going to be singing.
I'm a singer essentially.
So what are some of your influences? What style are we getting from you? Anybody that we may know? You're out there forging your own way ahead. I'm just kind of curious of what we have in store.
I do think I kind of do my own thing, because I grew up with learning Indian classical music and and Bollywood and Indian contemporary music. My exposure to Western music was fairly limited. My dad had some Barbra Streisand and Jim Reeves at home. So really it was only like in my undergrad and after coming here I kind of was, listening to some more bands. So I've kind of been in my own space doing my own thing, but more and more, of course, you hear, especially from the diaspora that's growing up here, kind of ride the blend. And again, I think that's what I was alluding to. It's just what naturally comes to somebody like me, or maybe somebody, a young Indian person growing up here. Because for me, it's my music is kind of a reflection of my life between the two cultures and my musical experiences between the two cultures.
It's a connective tissue. It's a connective tissue between the two.
Yeah.
It's kind of fire.
So when you had your first album that came out, Numinosum.
This was my third album last year.
That was third.
Yes.
So what I can't say I know the word. So help us out. Album title. Where do we get that from?
Numinosum it means this moment where profound one is capable of profound transformation or a profound breakthrough happens.
Okay.
So you're struggling through a problem, you go through the different phases of of solving that problem.
Yeah.
And there is a moment where a human being is capable of profound transformation, or where creativity happens.
Yeah.
And that's called Numinosum. I think it's like also like a psychology term, or I don't remember the exact details, but somewhere I forgot the name of the person, but they were looking at how, like, what ties all spirituality beyond religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simply Courtney.
Yo.
I'm glad I asked. You know I'm about to use that word.
You better.
Numinosum. I'm about to transform. I mean, there's about to be a profound transformation, and I'm gonna be dropping that sucker like for the rest of the day at least.
So you're Numino side. Numinosing? Are you Numinosing then?
Yeah. I mean, I felt the way your explanation, Nagavali, just makes me think of like an atom bomb just going off and just just an explosion. That's what I thought. Like numinosum just sounds like an explosion. I mean, that would be pretty profound. But just
I think so.
An explosion, just a reveal, a revelation, and a mass sharing. Am I getting what your intent was with it?
Yes, because I mean that's where, I mean, as artists, when we are writing music, or when we come up with that new album, it is a process.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like I can get up every day and write the same music, at least, and for me, so it's somewhere there is a revelation, and then it flows.
Yeah.
And that's the moment.
I like it.
So your given name is Nagavali?
Nagavali, yes.
That's a popular name, correct? Of course, not from Boston where you're from, but let's say Mumbai, India, for instance. Would that be a popular name?
Not very common, but it's kind of common in South India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I grew up in Mumbai. My folks speak a language from the South, so at home. So it's a fairly known South Indian name. Yeah.
Wait a minute. We about to do some cultural understanding here.
Let's do it.
So you grew up in Mumbai. Your
Yes.
parents are from the South, and they spoke a different language.
Yeah.
And hold on now. So then, what language was spoken in Mumbai then? That was not from the South.
So India has just like many official languages.
I've heard.
Yeah. So Mumbai is in a state called Maharashtra. The state speaks Marathi.
Okay.
Hindi is, of course, also very common, and the
Yes.
Bollywood industry is very centered around Hindi.
Okay.
Yes.
Then my folks are originally from a state called Andhra Pradesh in the south,
Yeah.
and they speak Telugu there.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I grew up speaking Telugu at home,
Yeah.
mostly living on Hindi outside in Mumbai.
Yes.
Mumbai being a very cosmopolitan place.
Uh-huh.
Understanding a little bit of Marathi, not too well,
Okay.
and English, of course, learning that in school.
Wow.
I worked with a few comics during the pandemonium, as we call it.
Yeah.
We were doing online shows, and so I had a few friends that not only did they book me on their online shows, I ended up booking them on mine as well. And the place again with the M, say it again.
Maharashtra.
Okay, so I had to pay them, and I had to learn the hard lesson of converting or conversions and all that, and then I had to like pay to the direct bank. And
Oh, okay.
and I ended up just,
wow.
yeah, it was wild
Yeah.
because they were two like separate individuals. But at the end of the day, it was such a hard process. They ended up having to pay them together, and so I ended up like they knew each other, but you don't want to pay somebody else's fee.
Yes.
And so I ended up having to pay both of them through one channel because I went through so much heck trying to go from one bank to the next. And I had to learn about transferring and all of that. And so I remember that name when you said it. I said, wait a minute, I know about that. So I told them anyways that once this all clears up, I'm going to come see y'all in person. I'm going to pay y'all in person because this is horrible. But it was so fun.
Oh, so we're gonna go to break.
Okay.
The State Theater, Saturday, February 10th. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Nagavali presents First and Foremost, where East meets West. Come out, Nagavali. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
with
you.
us today.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Welcome back to the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. Dapper D in the building. We got Symply Courtney. Yo, we just took y'all down. If you didn't feel culturally enlightened after that, I don't know what else I could do for you. I mean, I brought up some stuff that maybe you didn't know about. I think you got it. Let's talk a little bit about the traffic first. I want to make sure that those of you are out there, out and about, you are in some good situations. The trouble spots that I see right now are they're not that. It's not that bad out there for you who are going on. What I do have over on Grand Avenue Parkway, there's a crash. That's at Vision Drive. Over on Mesa Drive, there's an obstruction on the road. That's been there for a while. So sometimes when those things are there, people can avoid them. Just stay away. That's Mesa Drive at Spicewood Springs Road. I don't know if the car in front of you is going to swerve at the last minute, but you just make sure you take the long way. Do not go out on Mesa Drive. So 10-day weather coming up. But we'll talk about today. 68 for a high, partly cloudy this morning, then becoming cloudy during the afternoon. Winds are going to be south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then you're going to get down to 58 degrees tonight. We're still going to have those winds coming out of the south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So you guys, hey, we're going to need you to get up, get out, and enjoy that good weather today. Simply Courtney.
What up?
Brother.
Any more flooding?
I want to make sure, you know what, there was flooding, but I didn't want to give you and your environmental hackers any more shine for the day for those roads. Hey, what'd you think about that, man? That was some cultural exploration there, right?
That was fun. You know what? Okay, I'm going to give you props, and I want you to get this when I get your flowers while you can hear them, while you can smell them. You were pulling stuff up, man, on like you had it on click clack, like you was going.
Yo, I do appreciate music and the diversity of it, and so I had Lata. I already knew what the original was.
That's fire.
And so I wanted to drop that one on her, and then of course the Punjabi MCs one with Jay-Z.
Right,
you kind of had to go to that one.
Yeah.
But I did want to, because, I mean, 5 Grammys for Indian artists.
That's pretty good.
I wanted to put that out there.
Because we know some people who ain't got none. Shout out to my boy Travis. I know, dog. I know. Travis, I know you raging. Listen, you raging still. You got another year of raging, another album, dude. It's coming up.
We're gonna try. So, in the building today, I'm Dapper D. We got Simply Courtney, and let's do a mic check. Hello, how are you this morning, ma'am?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. First of all, she got the memo. Hat game is on point.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo. I'm kind of jealous right now. I'll be right back.
She will be in some pictures. We'll do a little social media. So who do we have the pleasure of talking to today, ma'am?
I am Lydia Simmons, and I am the founder of Motherosity Health, which is a health tech firm for postpartum moms.
Oh, okay.
We focus on women who've had babies and are having a hard time kind of traversing through that experience.
Now, if they're going to go for that, is it Motherosity with 2 R's? Back to back, 1 R?
It's 1 R. So mother and then Ocity, OCIT.com. You can find us there on web, or you can find us at Motherosity on social. Or if you're just wanting to chat with me, you can find me at Hormonal Lydia.
Okay.
Uh-oh. That Lydia, when you are on your dating app, that's not your handle on the dating app, is it?
Lydia is married, honey.
Okay.
She said, I ain't been on the dating app since 2019 and
10.
She don't know.
2010.
She don't know which way to
And they
swipe.
didn't have them then.
Only that's when I
left.
came back into the world.
You know?
I feel you. I came back in 2012. And I was confused.
I already know where you did find your mate at. Onlyfarmers.com. Am I right?
This is not a farmer's hat.
Oh, no.
No, you better
Check
tell 'em.
me out.
Sure it is.
Catch.
She said, no, that's not the one. So, Motherosity Health. Amazing. You know, I have so many questions. This is an opportunity for us all to learn. Postpartum, I'm going to tell you, we don't do enough.
No.
In the country, we don't do enough. In the job, we don't do enough as leaders.
Yep.
We rush people back.
Yes.
That's the first thing. We don't start to make concessions to say, you know what, perhaps we could extend some remote opportunities to these ladies. And then I'm just going to drop one other little nugget, Lydia. I think there are a lot of spouses that don't understand the postpartum challenges.
Absolutely.
100%.
On the other side.
Yeah.
And so you said your tag is Hormonal Lydia.
Yeah.
But if you haven't Googled postpartum, if you haven't Googled the hormonal imbalances that can happen postpartum, man, you doing it wrong, player.
Some dudes don't know.
You ain't
Some dudes
checking-
don't have the education to do it. For me, I had first one at 21.
Yeah.
Second child at 20 to 23.
Yep.
And there were a lot of things I didn't know about this. You know, I was just kind of going through it. And you go to your OBGYN. I got the names right. All right. Did I get it right? OGBYN.
OBGYN.
Got it.
There it
See,
is.
it shows you how much I don't know.
But you know, though.
But I was there.
Yeah.
But it was like there were things that, you know, you just weren't taught. And now we have people that have a name for these things that people are experiencing that maybe we didn't formerly have. We had the experiences, but we didn't have anybody that either diagnosed it or gave it a formal title.
Well, so postpartum is a state of being, and a lot of people think it's a thing, it's not a verb. It's a place that you go through, right? Okay. And so one of the biggest problems with postpartum is that we've just started using the word again. It was a word that was present back in the early 80s and 90s. Okay. And then for some reason, medicine just kind of took it out a little bit. Yeah. And so I think what has happened is we now are educating people because moms are finding their voice, and there is a such thing as social media where people are talking and chatting about what's going on with them. And so that allows an open forum for dads to be involved in that journey. But more than anything, we really are reestablishing that village. I don't know how old you guys are, but back in the early 80s, I'm a geriatric millennial.
Okay, get it then. Wear it well. Go ahead on. Wear it well.
83, baby. So back in the early 80s, we had a village. Our parents grew, and we grew up with grandparents around and aunts and uncles. And for some reason, that's gone away, right? Yeah. And so because of that lack of village, a lot of moms are just not accustomed to having support to talk to about, the symptoms of postpartum and how they may need more support. Yep. And so this is a full education period, but it's also actionable because there are many things that are happening within that. I myself suffered with postpartum depression, anxiety, rage for 4 years, undetected, untreated. No one knew because there is no protocol for it. And so if you think about that happening, in every one of 3 women who gives birth, it's really a problem. Yeah.
1 in 3?
Oh, yeah. Jeez. And that doesn't even touch the women who are dying at childbirth, dying in postpartum, and the Black women specifically who are dying at a 3 times higher rate than every other counterpart. And so, we got some work to do. And I think what's happening right now is instead of talking about it, we are actually doing things. And so that's why the buzz of postpartum is so hot. But it's not so much that it's new. It's just now people are doing something about it.
Actionable. I like the term actionable.
That's
because sometimes we diagnose stuff, we point and we say, that's that. Yeah. It's like, but there's a next step. And there's another step. And there's another step. And a lot of us are just like, it's almost like going to therapy and hearing what you're doing wrong or what you need to work on, but not actually doing any of the shadow work that you need to do.
100%.
And then it looks like, I want to go ahead because I am just shocked here. So there's an app, and a tip of the day. You may be experiencing upper back ache today if you are breastfeeding without support of your elbows and back.
Oh, yeah.
And what?
Yeah.
There's an app to help.
Yeah, so we give a lot of tips, because a lot of women are experiencing things and it's by sheer lack of knowledge. It's not that there isn't a solution. It's not that there isn't, a reason why. And so our app, the Motherosity app, helps women and their partners and supporters to understand what may be happening at a certain period. It also predicts and detects mental health decline, right? So the app, depending on what you tell it, may say to you, listen, I think that you may be experiencing postpartum anxiety. Here are your resources. Here's who you can call. Here's what this means, first of all, and here's who you can call. And I think that's important, especially for dads as well, who may not be getting that full communication from their partner. Right. So you don't know what's going on. You just know that every time you ask her a question, she's biting your head off, right? Right. But the truth is that something is going on there, and there may not be anything that quickly changes it, but the knowledge of it helps you to set things in motion and maybe pick up things that may be stressors for her. Maybe she needs somebody to hold the baby for a little bit just so that she can just stretch out and chill. Right. It may be that simple, but in the action of it, in the present of it, that may not be communicated.
That's so deep for so many things that we're going through in this world, especially mental health, etc. Where it's like the actionable side of things that we often just say we know what it is, and it's like, what are we gonna do?
Yes.
I didn't know there was a thing we could do. Yeah.
Yeah, there is something you can do. Mental health is a hot button topic across just the general frame of it because it has been stigmatized, right?
Yeah.
But can you imagine a world where we can openly talk about, hey, I'm not doing so good today, and then have that person on the other side say, what do you need from me? You know, do you need me to listen? Are you looking for an answer here, or do you just need me to be around, you know? And it not be a, hey, you know, stay away from this guy.
Oh, man.
You know? So it's such a close place to me, because as I went through this, so did my husband, who could not help me. You know?
I was gonna get to that. You guys brought up the mental health, and I gotta chime in, especially now that you mentioned your husband there, Lydia. A lot of guys may not know this, but during postpartum, guys go through mental health issues, depression. So we're talking anger, irritability, risk-taking behaviors, including substance and alcohol abuse, detachment from the family. Because you know what you think is on the Norman Rockwell postcard, you're thinking, oh, all my pictures every day is just gonna be me with no shirt on, with holding my baby, but that don't happen. Easily stressed for the men. Physical symptoms including headaches and stomach aches. What say you? If not already, maybe after me saying this, are there tips like that for the postpartum ladies to know that, hey, your man may be going through something and he may not be dealing with this?
Yeah, so I think that the first layer of education and support is always with the mom, right? Okay. But I think that where you don't have a strong communication level, and I don't mean that you can't talk, I mean that you typically don't expose how you feel, right?
That's different, yeah.
That is different.
Yeah.
If you are already that person, then you're likely walking into a situation where you're going to receive...
Walking on eggshells.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to receive lack of health that, you know, you're going to receive a level of health that lacks what you need. Right. Simply because you can't communicate that I need a break, you know? And I can't explain to you what kind of break, you know? But then on the dad side, one of the things that I always encourage dads to do is just do it, right? Don't ask me what I need. You see that basket of laundry? Just do it. Wipe off the counter.
Do it.
You know, put the dishes in the dishwasher. If you see that, you know, I typically start dinner at 7 and it's 7:30, get it started for me. You know, I think that's where a lot of frustration comes between the partner relationship, especially where men are concerned, because you guys are fixers just by nature. And so you're looking to resolve something, but you're asking, how can I resolve it?
Make that mistake.
Yeah.
Hey, 512-836-2887. We got a caller. Lydia said that she's going to take some calls. And Lydia, that means you're going to take just about any question that comes up?
Oh, yeah. I'm an open book. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Can I have that hat?
Yeah.
You were straightforward. I respect your gangster.
Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, thanks for holding. You're on with Lydia.
Hey.
Hi, Miss Lydia.
How you doing?
First and foremost, I want to say thank you so much for the things that you're doing for the community and helping young women of all colors, to, you know, get through this, and they're not alone, because back in '83, I felt alone. And so to hear you have an app that will help, you know, my like cousins, you know, and my little sister down the line now, I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that y'all are having this conversation, because we need to be keeping up with these conversations, because a lot of people are struggling with the, you know, having the babies, and then, you know, that depression and post, you know, that all that stuff, and then, you know, just the guys like, what is going on with her? You know, because my child's father was like, why are you just crying? I said, I don't know. You know? And but thank God we had, you know, we had a higher power. We would pray together, so that helped me a lot. And then, you know, asking, and I did have the village. That's a big thing. We do need to have like something with the village again, because it's a lot of people that don't have that. So I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you.
And my question to you is, so like, do you have like anything you do like for the community, or you just have the app?
So that's a great question. We are bouncing around the country often, and we're doing a lot of things. We are an Austin company, and so we are located here, and we're constantly getting involved with things like March for Babies.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you. March for Babies, who is sponsored by March of Dimes. That's one of our biggest things here in the city. But we also are big community supporters. You know that there's a Black Mamas ATX here in Austin that supports doula and midwife services. So for moms who are in the community and are looking for support that's ulterior to your traditional OBGYN, there's that support for you. And any way that we can help there, we would love to help. The Moms Tour, which is a company that derives out of Philadelphia, but works around the country, we definitely help support them get the word out. What they do is they train doulas. So if you are a woman who are looking to get into the doula community, look up Moms Tour and Coco Black Moms. These two companies are working with Medicaid to help bring on doulas at the expense of the Medicaid Association. And so these are things that we are constantly contributing to and working on right here in the Austin community. But if you follow us, you can see where we're going to pop up at, what we're doing in the community, and how we're, getting the word out and helping in different areas.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
I wanted to open up the line so we get more in. So I just want to go back to, since I mentioned the app, Postpartum Starts Here, the world's first postpartum tracking application that uses your personal insights, experiential data science, and artificial intelligence to forecast, detect, and monitor your physical and mental health from the first day through the first 52 weeks of postpartum.
Yeah, that's right. So as soon as you have your baby, you can start telling this app how you feel and start receiving insights and information that tells you what stage you're in right now. So it's going to start at the day that your baby is born. You're going to put that information in, and it's going to track you up to 1 year after you have that baby. Wow. Any mom who is on the line in Airways right now, you guys know that postpartum is longer than the 6 weeks that our employers expect us to get back to work, right? Yep. So, and the same for dads, right? That is a corporate timeline. Yep. That is not a biological timeline. Nope. And biologically, a lot of women can go past that year and still feel not like themselves again if they haven't done what they needed to do during that recovery period. So we want to track you during that time. We want to be able to offer support and to say, this is what's happening to you now, or, hey, keep an eye out because we see that you're hitting this stage of your postpartum, and here's what you can expect, right? It's a lot easier when you know what's coming.
Can you believe this? Like, I didn't know about the app. Mm-hmm. I'm 3 kids too late for that. But but what we're doing is we are putting out information for people that are planning on this. We are putting out information for people who could be upcoming. Mm-hmm. You might be doing the next. You
never know.
You and your Valentine baby about to.
Right.
November.
And
then there are dads.
I was listening. Yeah.
You and I talked about it.
Yeah.
We just said it. A lot of us did not Google postpartum.
No,
we Googled who won the Pro Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
We Googled what kind of engine is in the '66 Barracuda. But we're not doing this, and we need to do our due diligence to support our mates in this.
This is the village thing, and that's like a digital village. You may have had a parent that didn't deal with that, and they may have either not dealt with it because it didn't happen, or they may have had it happen, but they didn't deal with it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so then that's the person that you're going to talk, and then they may be coupled with friends who did the same thing, and none of them have information to share with you. And so now you're in your own stuff, and you have no information to share, nowhere to get it from. This is a great... would you say this isn't a replacement for the village? This is something that's, I guess,
this is
a tool for it, or what would you call it?
This is strictly for your postpartum health, right? Mm-hmm. So we really do a lot of focus on mental health, but we use a lot of other things that kind of help you navigate the mental health aspect. But we also are a big community. We are big on community. And one of the things that happens with parents is you don't know where the other parent who can relate to you is. Yeah. So we allow you to search within your area code and found that other parent. Yeah, we are a connector app, right?
Man, that's what I picked up on. Yeah.
Fellas, let me explain something to y'all out here. You need to get the app. Your lady is about to be going through some stuff. You need these tips of the day. I'm gonna tell you this. What did I just read off to y'all? You may be experiencing upper back ache today. If you are breastfeeding without proper support of your elbows and back. So here's the first thing, player. Go to Amazon, buy her a breastfeeding pillow, because she ain't got one. That's the first thing you do. Here's the second thing you do. She got an upper back ache.
Okay.
You ain't, the tip done told you game. The tip is putting you up on game. You go and you start rubbing on that upper back and helping her out, and you say, girl, I just want to do this. She ain't got to know you got the app.
Oh, I like this.
You see what I'm saying?
You doing some espionage. You're doing some espionage. That's what I'm in.
That's the mother of your child.
Yeah.
And clearly, we're hoping that she's gonna keep you.
Yeah.
So
now she bragging to her friends about what you done did. Yeah. Now their husband's trying to keep up with you.
That's right.
Don't even know
you helping us with game. You putting these dudes on game.
Where were you at in 2012?
It's not too late, because some of those women, the mental aspect of it is traumatizing. So it's not too late to smooth that out, to say, you know what, I learned some stuff that I didn't learn, that I didn't know when we were coming through. Offer apologies where they're needed, but then say, dang, I just didn't know. I didn't know that this was going on. You can still smooth that out.
It was 15 years, but I still got time, is what you're saying.
You still got time.
I got a 15 and a 13-year-old.
And Lydia, speaking of still got time, so we 2 months. The baby's 2 months old.
Yeah.
But you said this app goes to 52 weeks.
That's right.
So I got another 10 months that I could get it going. It's not too late.
No, it's not too late. And in fact, if you're at 2 months, you're at a precarious point, because postpartum depression and some of that mental health decline starts right at that point. I don't know if you guys have heard about the 3-month hell week that happens. A lot of old school parents say if you make it through the first 3 months of having a baby, then it's smooth sailing, right? But right at that point, mental health starts to decline, because you just went through 3 months of no sleep, really figuring out how this baby works, and you are empty. You know what I mean? You've poured all of your storage out, and now everything is smooth, but you're not smooth, right? And so that's when we see the biggest decline, right at that point. And so if you have a 2-month-old baby, yes, you need the app about now.
I'm over here, Lydia. We don't have that much longer with you. I'm over here texting, messaging my friends. I got a buddy. This is baby number 3, and she's like 3 weeks in. I want her to. I'm asking her to listen in right now. Michelle, if you wasn't listening just off the strength of me, at least listen to Lydia right
Michelle.
now. I feel like there's a lot of families that are out there that you're helping with this information right now.
Thank you.
We need to do a better job as the spouse of understanding what our birther just went through. These mothers, man. I think you are the voice.
I appreciate that.
We learned something today that we may not have understood.
1 in 3. That was the thing I didn't know.
That's
that
deep,
taught me
right?
1 in 3.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Yeah. A lot of people will experience different portions of that mental health decline, but they definitely are 1 in 3 times likely to hit that mark.
So I want everyone to understand some of the things that Lydia is doing. They're changing the landscape of women's health. So they'll help you monitor your mood and mental health, track your journey and the milestones, explore your body's changes. That's all that's the only one. There's more, but that's all you needed. This is going to be trusted recovery and wellness content, personalized tips, we already talked about some, and reminders, a safe space for motherhood chats. Man, you got somebody you can talk to. Thank you, if we can connect, if the bros could connect and talk about some stuff, bro. I ain't go through it yet, but you know it's coming. All right, you could pass that along to me. Connect with moms and birth workers. I mean, that's you guys really are changing it.
Well, I appreciate that. I do.
I hope everyone knows, because you guys are saying that your innovation and technology, you're going to demonstrate the ability to reduce maternal morbidity and mortality with AI engineering that daily tracks, monitors, and predicts physical and mental health decline.
Yeah, AI is the buzz, right?
Yeah, it is.
It is the buzz. A lot of people don't understand how it's changing the lives of a lot of people, but how integrated it is in medicine, and how we have detected many things, like breast cancer now is being detected early by AI. And so we are really, really committed to growing as technology grows. And so as we do that, you will see many things that are changing with the app for all of our new users and early users who are joining our community. Stick with us. We are definitely going to be rolling out new updates and new builds, and providing where we see that provisions are necessary as we grow.
Nice.
How can we stay in contact? I do know I have Motherosity. That's Mother OCITY, Motherosity.com.
That's right.
And on IG?
Yeah, so we're across social media as Motherosity. And if you want to reach out to me directly, I'm at Hormonal Lydia. For employers that are out there and listening, if you would like to leverage the Motherosity app as a perk or resource to your employees who are maybe going on maternity or paternity leave, or who have just returned from that, then reach out to us. We definitely have enterprise options for you to buy license for us and to include those in your benefits package. But for our customers, our everyday customers, we are available on the Google and Apple Play stores. Download us at your convenience.
Nice.
Thank you, Lydia. Lydia Simmons in the building. Thank you, ma'am. We're going to take a picture for social media, and you guys will be able to connect a face with the voice. Yeah. We'll also have her tagged, and we'll have all those tags in that post. Yes. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Man, that song, I know that song had y'all moving. It had me moving, and about to take off the jacket and break a sweat. And that thing sounded great.
What are you jamming over there?
Tom Brown, Funkin' for Jamaica. Oh, hey, I'm a little curious here.
Talk to me.
Did you feel safe just now?
I did.
Her?
It was one of those weird things I was explaining off air, that there are some people in this world that can explain stuff. They have knowledge.
Yes.
And you're talking to them, and it feels like they're talking at you.
Yep.
Or they're talking through you.
Yep.
Or they're talking over you.
Yep.
And then there are some people that have the knowledge, they have the experience, but then they have the what you feel, empathy. And you feel safe, you feel secure, and you also feel like there's no such thing. I hate when people say, there's no such thing as a dumb question, but then the moment you ask them a question, they make you feel less than.
Yes!
And that didn't come off there.
No.
Lydia did not come to any of that energy. And it was stuff that I didn't understand. And I felt comfortable even commenting on it, because I'm in a spot now where you don't even comment on stuff you don't know, because you're scared that you may step on somebody's feelings, somebody's toes. And I didn't feel any of that, and I appreciate it.
That's what happens when a high self-esteem person
straight up
is their confidence allows you to be confident because they are for you. And that was amazing. I mean, heck, we ran out of time.
The confidence and the competence that was exuded in that segment was one of those things that you hope to have that. Like for me, my thing is comedy. My thing is a few other things, I hope to be able to be like that, to where a person feels comfortable to ask, or you're so informative, the person doesn't even have questions. I'm just sitting there like, I get that. Oh, totally understand that. I've never experienced that before. I've absolutely experienced that.
Yes.
I love it.
Lydia Simmons, that was amazing. Thanks for coming in. We're going to need you to come back, though. Lydia, come back. You didn't leave your hat with me, Lydia.
The hat did not stay.
She snuck on out.
That hat was fire.
She said yes. She did say yes.
Sometimes you say yes, but you really just, you say yes and then you just get on. Hey, man, can you donate $20? Absolutely.
Maybe my social IQ isn't as high as I think. I didn't read the room. I didn't understand. That was well, she still brought it. That's all right. They're going to get the picture, and then they're going to judge for themselves.
Super impressive.
Hey, I gotta go to something.
Go on with it.
Do we need to see videos of Ludacris in the gym working out with his lady? She's doing squats, and as she goes down, she kisses him, and then she comes back up, and then she comes down and kisses him.
The couple workout?
Yes. Do we need to see that from Ludacris and the kissing? You ain't got to kiss.
Bro, you know y'all married.
Spotter.
Okay.
And then
get on out.
Get to the next exercise.
Get back.
What we doing, bruh?
Hey, some people gotta flex that relationship muscle, and you know what? I'll devil's advocate this. If you need to flex that relationship muscle, or if your significant other has said they want you to flex that relationship muscle, I think it's a part of self-love, but it's also a form of letting them know that you got them, that you have to do it. I personally don't believe in it. That's not me.
Luda, we don't need all that. We don't need all that.
Was he working out at least too? Or he in regular clothes?
He was just standing there. He's supportive.
I was gonna say he was supportive.
He's the gym coach.
He was the coach. Dog. Man. Luda, stop.
Okay, I'm gonna get off Luda for a second. But I'm kind of curious. This is something I gotta know. I'm Simply Courtney in the building. I'm Dapper D. You listen to the Morning Grind, KZI 88.7 FM. Who would you co-sign a loan for?
So is it a celebrity or just regular people
in your life?
Oh, my kids. Let's see, my kids. My kids.
You got some siblings?
Just my kids. That's it.
Wait, hold on. There's got to be a cousin.
My kids.
Oh,
listen, man.
No, So my follow-up question is: are they still doing that? Because I know I haven't got
cosign
any requests.
Stuff.
Yeah, maybe I done aged out of the era where people need the cosigners.
Do you think that so is this indicative of your kids or your friends, or do you think that that's like they found a different thing to do now during that time period?
I don't know.
It's your friend circle. I'm going to tell you this. It's your friend circle. When's the last time you got somebody doing like a character, like a what is it called, where like they do a reference check? Have you had any of those recently?
Yeah, nope.
Your friends is different. Your friends is a little more vested and tenured now. That's why.
I got one young cat. He's about to join my fraternity.
Okay.
And he needed a letter of reference from me.
Right.
But that's because he's college age and you have to do that.
Yeah.
That's the only one. You're right, man. That's
people get older.
I admit because it has been a while since I had to write a reference letter.
Man.
And Young Bucks out. Oh, Young Bucks. Let me explain to you.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
Some OG talk right now.
OG talk time.
If you are coming to a professional for a letter of reference,
come on now.
This is what you need to do. You need to write that letter of reference for them, and it is a template. And you say, "Hey, Simply Courtney, out of respect for your time as a business professional, I thought that I would offer this template of this reference letter for you. I know that you may want to add or maybe even delete a few items for it, but this would allow your timeline to not be affected by my request." You see what you did there?
That was cold.
That's how you do it.
Dang.
Because think about it.
I've been writing letters for people.
You want me to write a letter for you, and you don't even want to write it yourself?
Whoa.
Am I right?
Wow.
And every person you need it from, you write a different letter for them. If you say, "Oh, I can't do that," well, then you can't get the letter. Because you need me to do something out of my time. I ain't getting nothing from this. And, oh, by the way, you can't ask someone for a reference letter without giving them a resume and a bio. What is this, creative writing? What's your expectation of that person?
So the person that asks you for the reference letter, you want them to give you a bio as well?
A bio and a resume.
Dang, you might be hiring them. That's different. I ain't never did that before. I respect it, though.
This is how it's done in the professional world.
That's how it's done in the professional world.
And some young bucks may not know that. And so
I
did let the young buck know that.
Good.
But it made me realize others may not know that. And some older professionals too.
Straight up.
But this is what you got to do. If you want a good reference letter.
You know, it's funny. I haven't applied for a job in so long. So this explains a lot about me. Because I'm for reals, man. I have not applied for no job. I did a resume the other day for comedy. Like I have a comedy resume now.
Yeah.
And so it exists. But I'm just like, man, what you want? Hey, man, I need the last 30 paid gigs you've done. What? Man, go on my Instagram and get that like everybody else. Nobody got time for that.
Who's keeping track of that? But so, yeah, so hypothetically, still with the cosign.
Yeah.
If you were over at a dog friend's house,
all right,
and you said to them, "Hey, your dog's on the couch, man. You let your dog on the couch? Is that all right with you?" And your dog lover friend says, "Man, if my dog wanted me to co-sign a loan, I'd do it." So yeah, they can be on the couch.
People would absolutely co-sign.
So you know some dog lovers like that?
I absolutely do.
So that the dog, I want to get a 2-star doghouse in the backyard.
I think every dog owner would do that. I honestly think people love their dogs so much that they absolutely would co-sign. I know there's some people out there that probably feel like they got irresponsible dogs, so those people won't.
Yeah.
But I feel like 90% from the field.
I ain't getting my dog nothing.
You wouldn't co-sign for the dog?
Every bed I give him, he chews and rips the stuffing out. This brother got problems.
A car.
Not
an expensive bicycle.
And he gets the cheapest of the cheap beds. I don't even give this dude table scraps.
Would you help him sign a promissory note?
Drool and you encourage bad habits. He'll sit right under my kids waiting for stuff to fall.
Yeah, I know that. That's a real thing.
I gotta train
That's
that
a
dog. He ain't
resourceful
training
animal.
me. Okay. Point of view.
Come on with it.
My friend wrote a book on how to earn money, and now he needs money to publish it. What would you say to that friend?
How much?
Oh, you're willing to help him?
I'm not gonna give him the money, but I'm gonna help him find the resources to get the money. This is how I'm different.
But he literally wrote a book.
That's cool.
I appreciate you because I am asking, bruh, you just wrote a book on how to earn money.
Right.
How am I helping you get money? But you're not judging.
No.
Hey, y'all hear that? Symply Courtney is a real one. That's a good friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you the resource because when I did my stuff during Parks and Rec, I had a policy whereas if you asked me for something, I would defer, refer, or infer, but I would never deter. Like I would never tell you I didn't know or that I couldn't or that you couldn't or that you shouldn't. I would say, hey, let's try to find somebody that can actually give you an answer for that. And so I had a long list of people that I would call for different things. And so if you asked me about a fire hydrant that was on, was it Tivy? What's the place called? It was
Summit Road.
Summit Road.
Talking about fire hydrants. Symply Courtney. Feds.
He put me on the
Feds. If you're listening,
you got me on the blacklist.
The FCC is out there. The FCC's chasing Courtney.
Watch me come back again and it's flooded. Now that's all I care about.
Yo, if you do get arrested for this for suspicion, just call me, bro. Don't call nobody else because I feel like I'm guilty of like drawing attention to you. And any utility hacking that goes on now, they starting with you because
they
of me.
Straight to me. They coming straight to the 78725.
I'm gonna pay that bond, and you ain't got to pay me back. Now, hold on 10%. Now. If it's the suspicion of utility hacking, like
so nothing else.
Don't call me for nothing else.
So it ain't a get out of jail free call. It's just for this specific.
But for this one, right here, we talking right here.
Okay, so not for stealing the Nike shoes.
I got you.
Not for stealing the Adidas.
Can't help you on that.
All right. No, man, I don't know, man. That's interesting. I'm thinking about it now. So you wrote a whole book about something, and you can't even do the thing you wrote a book about.
Thank you.
That's kind of wild, ain't it?
It's kind of like what did Jay-Z said when his cousin said he wouldn't even give me the $5,000. Like, well, hold on, man. I mean, the hustle is real. Like you gotta. If I'm giving you stuff, how does that push you forward? You wrote the book. Maybe you need to be able to use the book and prove that it works.
Proof.
Okay, dude. I got another question.
Let's go.
Did you have a grandma that had a doily on the TV? Because I'm curious, how was you supposed to be looking at TV with the doily in the way? If you went over to, let's say, the church mother, you go over to Mother Jenkins' house, and she got that doily on the TV.
What is a doily?
Okay, so this is generational.
Yep.
512-836-2887. We're gonna be getting out of here shortly.
This thing gonna light up.
Let us know if you had a grandma that had a doily on the TV. How are you supposed to be looking at TV with the doily anyway? I mean, when I went over to some houses and they had doilies, I already knew. First of all, they probably ain't got no cable.
Okay.
I also didn't see the cable box.
Okay.
But do I move the doily? Or am I supposed to look at TV around the doily with my head cocked to the side?
I'm having so much fun right now because I'm
so curious.
I'm like making up what I think this thing actually is. It's a game I play.
I'm so shocked that you don't know what a doily is.
I bet once again when you describe, not when you describe it, probably when it's described, I'll be like, oh.
As a lace creation that is an adornment that would hang over the screen from the top down towards the front.
No.
I would imagine to add a little flair to something that's just so stoic, that's just standing in your way in your.
It's decorative, but they used to decorate the TV.
Yes, sir.
What?
Doily.
Yeah, I know that my grandma had that in the other room, the room that I couldn't go in, the room that's on my being
well, if you could have gone in,
but it wasn't on the TV though.
Oh, she had it.
It was on everything else.
It was on the table. Okay, there it is. All right.
Where the fine china was and all of that.
We're gonna be getting out of here. We're followed by Douglas the Professor. How was that? Did I?
No, but listen, man, that distinguished. Distinguished.
They say you can't meet your idols, bruh.
Dignified.
When you meet this bruh and you hear the voice, you're like, hey, you the dude. That's you the guy.
Listen, if I ever have to get like a reference check, I'm gonna give them his number and I'm just gonna say, hey, dude, you ain't even gotta know me. Just talk to them. And they'll be like, yeah, he has a guy like this in his back pocket. Yeah, he's good to go.
He literally can give the All-State guy a run for his money.
All of them.
Let that
Jacob
brother
State
ask for too much
Farm,
money.
the Emu dude, all those people.
He's coming on, and he's going to give us a little musical knowledge. I just want to say it was amazing sitting in with you today, Symply Courtney.
Hey man, thank you for having me. This is fun. I'm figuring my way out, getting more comfortable. My birthday, by the way, is tomorrow. I don't think I said that again, but my birthday is tomorrow, and this has been a great. I'll call it a pre-birthday. I'm not gonna call it pre-birthday. I'll call it a birthday gift. This was a birthday gift, getting to come and hang out and just figure out, where I stand in this world of radio, entertainment, etc.
But we appreciate you.
This was an honor.
You definitely did entertain. We had some big numbers. There was a lot of streamers. We got people over in Europe. We got some people in the Northeast. We're rocking in the Midwest.
Okay,
man, we had a lot of people all up and through the Midwest here.
Shout out to Mumbai, India, by the way. We didn't give enough love to the what did we call it? The Far East.
Yeah.
The far East.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I wanted to get to her because Mumbai is West Coast. So it is east of us, but she's on the West Coast. Mumbai is the most populated, densely populated, largest city over in India. So she a big town girl. She like a New Yorker.
Is she working here though? That's dope.
So she's here with us. Thanks everyone for listening. The Morning Grind, KAZI. Symply Courtney sat in with us today, bringing the heat. I'm Dapper D. Have a great rest of the day.